Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Gems and Minerals series. Today we're taking a look at...
Willemite! It's one of my favorites.
Wait, what? Willemite. It's one of those things that you never hear of. Even people who are into rocks and minerals, you really don't hear of Willemite unless you look at UV materials. And that's how we were introduced to this stuff. It's got a very unique signature green color. So let me go ahead and splash that real quick. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Just right here, every single light is still on, and that sucker just lights up. This is not our only UV mineral that we own, and most of the other ones that we own, you really have to manipulate the light in some way to get the best effect from it. This stuff right here, yeah, same story to get its best effect, but you can actually get its effect even in full light. Kind of its signature calling card. It's just a really strong reaction. Anyway, that's the little piece.
Bring out the big one.
Can do. Alright guys, well, we own probably 25 or so pieces of Willemite. So what we did was just pulled 5 that just mainly feature Willemite. Alright guys, so this first piece, it has a little Franklinite, and it has a small little deposit of Willemite on one of the corners. Why don't you spit out the stats while the DJ revolves it?
This one is 4 1/8 inches tall by 3 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches high. It weighed in at 1,506 grams or 3 pounds 5.1 ounces.
Yeah, and just look at that little corner where the Willemite is. That's just freaking amazing. Our next piece is this one here is some Willemite. I believe it's calcite, a little bit of Franklinite, and that Franklinite appears in a lot of this stuff. What is this one specs?
This one was 4 inches long by 3 1/8 inch wide, 2 1/4 inches tall. It weighed 505 grams or 1 pound 1.8 ounces.
Also a really, really nice piece. Piece number 3. This one is a piece of Bustamite, pretty nice sized crystal of Franklinite underneath there. Then just a really nice swath of Willemite, like all around this whole surface around here. Go ahead and spit out this one's specs.
2 3/4 inches tall by 2 1/4 inches wide, 1.25 inches high. This one weighed 172 grams or 6.1 ounces.
Yeah, another super stunning piece. Okay, and lastly, we have the duo. So these two little guys right here are actually our favorites. These things are super amazing, man. The glow that they put out is just unbelievable. Full-on lights. You can pull these things out and hit them with some UV, and it's like, whoa! I mean, you can have somebody hold it and shine that in their hand, and I swear they feel like they're holding something that's like radioactive. Anyway, what are the specs on these two little boogers? They're almost identical.
Yeah, so between 1.5 to 2 inches long. They were both actually 1.5 inches wide, about 1 inch tall, and they both weighed in pretty close at about 104 and 109 grams or 3.7, 3.8 ounces.
These are called Dayglow Willemite, and that they do.
Yes, they do. They glow green.
It's just amazing. This is that first piece, and there's something to say about how pretty that rust can look when it gets all the way down to where it's almost crystallized. You've got to zoom in and show some close-ups of that. That's probably one of the cooler features of this particular rock, other than the fact that it is so heavy for its size.
Yes.
And it's just unexpected when you're handling rocks that size. When you grab this one, all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, this thing's got a lot more iron in it. This one right here, it's got a couple of features about it that are worth pointing out. These areas of reactivity right here. I love the way the pattern is just dispersed across the whole face of this thing. The other interesting things about this one, if you zoom in right here, there is a nice little crystal structure that's kind of, you can just see it spanning this little distance over here. And another nice little clear, crystally looking structure at the very tip of it. You can see some bits of Franklinite, and then I'm not really sure what this is. I wish I knew, but if you get real close into these little pinky orangey pieces, those are actually very crystalline looking. Otherwise, this piece right here is very boring on the backside. It has almost no reactivity, and it's also got a little spot on it that makes me think this is calcite. It'd be my guess, just based on that structure. I don't know, but that'd be my guess. The next piece, real quick before I set this one up in its natural position, I want to point out the bottom of it. Just look at the reactivity on the bottom of this one. It's just pretty solid coverage. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? All right, so let me set this one back up now. This is the piece of Bustamite, and again, a Franklinite crystal underneath the surface right over here. Definitely more of a coating of the Willemite versus what you'll see with the Dayglow specimens, but still very nice coverage, real nice reactivity, really cool on the pinkish color of the Bustamite. All right, last pieces. And again, our personal favorites, man, these things, I'm not kidding, when they showed up and we threw the light on them, it was just, wow. So happy that we got these. I mean, just look at these things, man. Look at that. So yeah, Dayglow green Willemite pieces. If you get in here and zoom in real close to this one, you'll see this calcite and this crystal development right here in the middle. But more importantly, zoom in really close to some of these surfaces and just look at the little jimmy pieces of Willemite on there and watch what they do when we put this light across them. Check that out. Even without looking at them under magnification, they're amazing, but just look at that. Spectacular. Stunning.
Yes.
All right. Let's let Vanilla Ice make a big comeback here in this episode and have you read us some info about these pieces.
So Willemite is a zinc silicate mineral and a minor ore of zinc. It is in the triagonal crystal system. It is part of the rhombohedral crystal habit. That means they're hexagonal prisms terminated by rhombohedral planes. Willemite was discovered in 1829 in Belgium. Armand Levy was shown samples by students at the university where he was teaching. He named it after William I of the Netherlands. It occurs in many places, but is best known from Arizona in the zinc, iron, and manganese deposits from the Franklin and the Sterling Hill mines in New Jersey.
I'm pretty sure that 90% of what we have is New Jersey.
Yes, I agree.
Final opinions?
Love it. One of my favorites. The green is surprising. The glow is very surprising.
There's no other UV reactive minerals that we own that have this same reaction.
No.
And we have some pieces that are certainly more stunning, but in reactivity,
No.
this is definitely at the tops.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll throw some close-ups on, let her pop these into the cabinet, be our first addition to the UV shelf.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.